I'm going to be talking a little bit in code today because if you watch my channel and you watch my live, yes.
Is the plane going down? Are we gonna die? Why are you saying I'm sorry?
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm the Housewife Historian, and you can call me Lindsay, and I'm doing a sporadic live today because it's Monday, and I was listening a little bit to Teddi and Tamara's podcast, so I wanted to talk about it. This is going to be a short live. I only have about 15-20 minutes, but I figured I'd hop on and see who was here and who wanted to chat today. Of course, everything in this video is alleged, so make sure also that you hit the like button. It's a great way to support my channel. And let's go ahead and jump into some tea. First of all, we had a new blind item come out. I'm not sure if you guys had an opportunity to see that or not, but it came out. Hey, Deb. Yes, Teddi. We are talking Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Teddi allegedly. I got a lot of DMs. I wanted to come live so that I could share this during a live because I didn't really want to make like a whole video about it because it's kind of like I don't want to get attacked. But Teddi, allegedly she really wants to be a housewife. Like she wants to be back on the show and she wishes that she had been more authentic and more herself and not have hidden her and Edwin's marital issues. And she's best friends with Kyle and Kyle's filming. And Teddi really wants to be a part of that. Okay. Let me take a couple comments. Tamara's desperate for attention. Yes, she is. Deb says, oh, nuts. Lindsay, I just got the notification for this. Looks like you're almost finished. Oh, no, Deb, I just started. I'm only going to do about 15-20 minutes. I just wanted to hop in. I just had a little bit of tea I got last night, and I didn't really want to do a whole video on it. And I figured if I came on and did a live, I could tell you guys and not feel like I can get it off my chest, but not make like a huge deal about it because I don't want to get, So let's talk a little bit though. Teddi really wants to be a housewife. She's on Tamara's pod. Well, actually, that podcast started out as Teddi's podcast. She was like the T in the pod, and then they brought Tamara on and they added the 2 T's in the pod. But somehow now, iHeartRadio is taken over. Teddi is sadly filming, but will only be. Thankfully, Bravo needs to accept. We don't want to see that Nat on our screens. So I have a friend, and she's been, part of following me for a couple of years now. So we chat here and there, and she had posted something, and it wasn't even bad. It was like kind of like a joke, like a not really mean. And after she posted it, she started, and within minutes, she started getting attacked by bots. Hey Camille, how are you? Thank you so much. A $20 super chat. You are so kind to me. Thank you, Camille. Yes, and she was bots coming after her. And that is not good. That's not good because we're not really seeing a lot of hate for Teddi on Twitter. When I used to go on Twitter, like I know that right now New Jersey is big. I get it. New Jersey is big right now, but there are still a lot of people who Camille saying the same thing happened to her. Camille, wow. That is so insane. And was it on Twitter or was it on Instagram or both? That's what I was also curious about because usually Twitter's the place you're going to really see, like, I don't want to say the hate, but you're going to see Twitter is you better bring your AK-47 and a couple grenades and your bulletproof vest. You could hop on Instagram on and off and you're going to live. But if you get on Twitter, whoo, you better bring everything because it is rough out there. And people listen to Tamara and Teddi's podcast. They post about it all the time. And I'm not seeing any negative towards Teddi. And that's usually on my feed, right? I'm not seeing it. It's strange to me. It's very, very, very strange to me. Because we have where we've heard about bots in Beverly Hills before, right? But like allegedly Diana and maybe Erica, because it was Garcelle. Remember, it was Garcelle's son. Was getting attacked by bots. And what are bots, guys? Because I didn't know. A lot of people, I just didn't know what bots were. Bots are basically, I don't want to say it's like artificial intelligence, but it sort of is. It's like, pause. Let's read Camille's comment first. Camille said, I made a cheeky meme. I didn't want Teddi on the show. Seconds later, I got bots coming at me, accounts that were days old and looked like sexy girl stuff. Oh my gosh, remind me, guys. I had tea on Mauricio and I forgot to freaking tell you guys. Shit. Oh, it was good tea. So bots, guys, are like accounts that are not real people, and they're run by like a machine, artificial intelligence, computer programming, coding, whatever it is, and they're able to like almost like how we can filter like on Instagram and Twitter and stuff, filter our comments. Somehow they're able to like code it so that it knows what comments to go after and like respond with. And you can usually figure out that it's a bot because the accounts are like they have no followers, or they have one post, or they only follow 5 accounts. You can tell, and you block them. I mean, whenever everything was going on with me, there were like probably 4 or 5 of us that would have to go through every single day and start locking bot accounts, and then we would email and DM each other like, block this account on Twitter, block this account on Instagram, block this bot account. I mean, that's how we had to do it to even make moves when it came to when my information was out. Camille says, I then screenshot them and posted it, and then it stopped. I called them out and said, Teddi's paying for bots. And then I thought, what if Rena got blamed for the bots when it was Teddi? Or what if Teddi got the idea from her bestie? Camille says, so yeah, happened to me too. Tell your friend they're not the only one. Anyway, love your work. I love you, Camille. Thank you so much. I'm gonna go on Twitter and reshare that. I've been out and about, like, because we were in New York and we made the drive, and I've been exhausted, and it's my daughter's birthday next week, and like I'm just exhausted. So I'm a little like, I mean, I was calling Laura Lee Jensen, Laura Lee Jenkins, for God's sake. Like, I'm trying to get it together. No, I'm just joking. That just makes me wonder though, is Kyle into bots? Like, is that what it is? Is it Kyle? Because like that stuff does get expensive. I was just talking about this with somebody else because we were discussing how allegedly the Real Housewives in New Jersey, Melissa has said like there's never been so much hate coming at them on the internet, and people are like, Louis paying bots and yada yada yada. But like, we don't really see these bogus accounts as it pertains to New Jersey. Like, they're real people, like the tree huggers for life, and they're real. They're not bot accounts. So, and bots can be expensive too. But listen to what I'm about to tell you guys to Mauricio. Listen up, class. Are you here? And is everyone awake? Everyone? Okay. So follow me here. Do you guys remember when Mauricio was on Two Teas in a podcast? I think it was like last Friday. I couldn't even listen to it all. And that's not like me, because I normally can listen, I'll listen to it all. He wrote a book, right? He wrote a book, a real estate book. I don't know if it's more about how to be successful or if it's about his life as Kyle Richards' husband. I don't know. Anyways, he did talk a little bit about Rick Hilton, because I think he got a lot of shit for not giving him any credit in the Netflix series. When Mauricio posted this, allegedly, when he posted the he just posted something about how he was writing a book, he was coming out with it. And so when I went on to the comments, there was like tons and tons and tons and tons of comments, right? People, congratulations, yada yada yada. He only replied to like literally, I think 3 accounts out of hundreds, maybe even thousands of comments. And guess who one of the accounts were? A little sexy, pretty white tea. Oh yes, I went ahead, I went on her Instagram. I looked all over that girl's Instagram because I couldn't understand why in the world Mauricio would be replying to this young PYT's comment when there was thousands of comments he could have replied to, but he didn't. He only replied to her comment. So when I went over to her Instagram page, surely you can understand my surprise when I saw she was in like bra and panties in half of her Instagram photos. She's probably like 25. I was like, wow, you're not even good at cheating. Like, what the fuck, Mauricio? You got all these. I'm gonna try to find the freaking post. I screenshotted all of it, but you got, like I said, I want to keep my kneecaps. Okay. I'm just telling y'all on this live so that I don't have to make a video about it. You guys get, oh, I can't get logged into Twitter because it's like they want me to get a resend code. I don't understand why it's giving me a hard time, but maybe if I download it. Anyways, yeah, dude, there was like all these comments, all these likes, tons of people saying like, can't wait for your book, Mauricio. It's going to be so good. Can't wait. Hearts, fire, hearts. And then again, like it was a little bit further down and only account that he replied to, except for one other account, which was obviously it was like a business account, like a business guy. Paris did bots. It's not a new thing. It helps the narrative that goes against your brand. Camille is very smart. I've known Camille for a long time too. So she's very tech smart. I take her comments very serious. If MG does bots, I'm sure Kyle does. That makes sense. Makes sense. They probably all are, but again, it's very expensive, I would assume. But Teddi, you know, she doesn't like to spend a lot of money. She says it herself. She says she's really cheap. So, if she's cheap, then maybe I just don't think that she would maybe want to spend a lot of money. But I think at this point, though, she's ready to run naked through down Hollywood Boulevard if it means getting her back on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I mean, I feel like, guys, you can just hear it. Like she wants it so bad. I think being friends with Kyle and like Kyle filming and now that you know they're all filming and you can tell producers are trying to get us pumped up. They're posting little clips from the night out. We saw Erica, who looks like she's lost about 30 freaking pounds, by the way. It made me think how Teddi played LVP by befriending her and then betraying her regarding. It's underhanded. I don't know. I never got that kind of reaction from cheeky and lighthearted tweets. Wow. Yes, the apple. Thank you. I'm actually really glad, Camille, that you brought that up because Teddi does a really great job of leaving out the part that she was planning all of this with Lisa Vanderpump through the one guy that worked at Vanderpump Dogs. They were planning this, and what would happen was one of Teddi's children had some sort of after school activity that was like right down the street from Vanderpump Dogs. And at this time, Teddi was also trying to get her brother on Vanderpump Rules. Okay. Allegedly, that is what was happening during the season. Teddi and Lisa were corresponding a lot about trying to get the brother in. He was like busting tables, I think, at Pump or something along those lines. Anyways, every day when the kid would have dance or whatever, Teddi would go into Vanderpump Dogs and chat with, I think his name was John something. I want to say John Showers, but that can't be right. And they were plotting and planning this with Lisa. The whole thing. She was a part of it. She was. And she got mad. And she basically told everyone what happened. I feel like if you guys remember and you go back to a specific episode, I can't remember. They're like on a cash trip or something. And Erica takes Teddi in the golf cart and they go off and do an activity themselves. And it was so funny to me because it was like they sent in Erica to like do the enforcement, like slap her up, tell her to get in the golf cart, like, and she basically told Teddi like you need you need to expose her, yada 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 yada. And I think that she probably really gave the push that Teddi needed because I don't know, she just really leaves out the part that she was okay being manipulative and she was lying, and she always says that she has all these high values that she holds people to, and yet at the same time she had no problem breaking those values just to get in good with Lisa Vanderpump to get her brother a job at, or to get her brother on Vanderpump Rules. It's just all a little bit strange to me. Tamara's being a little strange too. I understand she's mad at Teresa, but like, come on, Tamara, you're being a little cray cray. You are on a podcast and you are talking housewives and you are talking problematic things and you are going to get shit back. So why are you responding then? I don't understand. Unless if this is like John Blizzard. That's right. John Blizzard. Yeah, she was going over there and planning with John Blizzard, who was like LVP's right hand person. So they were doing the minion work. And I can't remember though, like what happened that Teddi ended up telling. Oh, it was Dorit was getting like the story got released to Page 6 or something. That's what happened. And they were blaming Lisa for it. And that's when Teddi came out and said, well, I guess I should tell you guys that we've been planning to expose Dorit with this dog. Good God. Tamara is bitter considering you are back in the OC, which makes me wonder if filming didn't go to plan for her. I'm also think she has a little bit of worry about the OC. We haven't even gotten a trailer yet. That's freaking crazy to me. I said, like, if this is that serious, because we're hearing allegedly that Taylor's attorney is holding up the process because they didn't like how the light she was put in. I don't know. That seems a little bit strange to me, but obviously something's holding up the process. If that's it, go back and film a new season at this point. Like, nobody is even going to care. It's going to be so old, it's not even relevant. And I feel like if they wait much longer, it's going to be like New York. They're just going to put them on a pause and we're never going to hear from them again. Just like they did in New York. They finished off the season. They finished out airing the season, but they didn't even waste their time doing a reunion. So I don't know, guys. We might not ever see the OC again. Bravo might pay them and just say, go away, go run your podcast. I don't know. Camille says, this is why this space needs a historian. You got to go back past seasons and events to make sense of the present. Thank you. Because if you only listened to Teddi's perspective and how things went, she leaves out the part that she was every day going to Vanderpump Dogs and hanging out with John Blizzard and kissing his rear end to have status in Beverly Hills, I guess. I don't know. They all talked about the stuff they bought from Vanderpump Dogs for their animals and how it was junk. Do you guys remember on the reunion? Dorit was like, I bought this $500 dog bed and it was junk. I mean, it was just a little bit crazy. And Teddi just went along like she had been part of the ethics, like she was president of the ethics, community, and she was going on and she had no problem like pretending like that never even happened, or pretending like it wasn't lying, or pretending like it wasn't manipulative, or pretending like it wasn't deceitful, and all of these things that she claims she doesn't stand for. And then we have her coming out in People magazine or whatever magazine it was, talking about how her and Edwin were almost getting divorced when they started filming, and she was so worried. How was she going to tell everyone that her and Edwin were getting divorced? Yada yada yada. And it's like, oh, so another sort of major thing going on in your life that you were hiding. Awesome. Yeah, let's bring her back. The speed Kyle and Teddi bonded gave me whiplash. And remember, LVP thought she found a friend in her as they had horses in common. Yes, LVP and Teddi did have a bond. And Kyle didn't like that bond because Kyle wasn't part of that bond. She doesn't really, I think she's like allergic to horses maybe, and she's kind of anxious, and so she doesn't do great with horses. And so she probably really didn't like that they had that sort of bond together. So who knows what Kyle was telling Teddi behind their back. And they did have a close friendship. And I've talked about this before, and then I'll wrap it up. But I think in Colorado, I don't want to say if it was the last winter or the winter before, Kyle posted on her Instagram, and it was like their family and they were like around a fire, and John Mellencamp was like strumming his guitar in the background, like serenading everyone, and I kind of like cringe saying it, but John allegedly asked Kyle, like, what was the best part of being on the Real Housewives of New Jersey? And Kyle responded, meeting your daughter and becoming best friends with her. So he gave them a private concert because Kyle said the best part of the Housewives out of all the years and all the decades was um her friendship with Teddi. Camille says, remember how Kyle took on the mother role and hugged her and mothered her? Kyle took Teddi under her wing, but there is genuine love between the two of them. I do think so too. I think there is genuine love between the two of them. But it is like a weird, not even a weird, but maybe like a I don't know. I like maybe I think sometimes like they are so much alike, maybe they feed off each other's anxieties. Do you know what I'm saying? Like Kyle's very anxious, and Teddi says that she has anxiety issues too. And so like sometimes it's, if you're an anxious person, you don't want to be around another anxious person. Well, you do because you attract what you give, but at the same time, like realistically, if you're anxious, a calm person would be, you know, someone maybe that you would want to be around to try to maybe pick up their traits. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. Crazy Redhead said Kyle's the biggest ass kisser, two-faced housewife I ever. I cannot stand her. Camille said it's weird. It's an element of control and codependency. Thank you, Camille. Damn, that's a word I was looking for. They have a codependent relationship. Camille, LVP couldn't give that kind of love and support. LVP deep down is a businesswoman and a queen ruler of a type. Absolutely. I think sometimes she didn't have the patience for Kyle's like, not, I don't want to say like nonsense in a bad way, but you guys know what I'm saying. Like, I think like I was like Kyle maybe when I was like in my early 20s, and thank God the experiences in my life have brought me around a little bit, but maybe it's just taking her a little bit longer cuz she isn't the same as she used to be, but she used to be like, yeah, and she was very codependent as well. And I think that's why her and her sisters like always fought. So, yeah, guys, LVP seems cold for sure, but she is very loving to her grandbaby. British, absolutely. Well, the grandkids is her blood. And what about her poor daughters and her husband? I didn't even want to post the article because I didn't want to like make it you know, make it even what, you know. But what an asshole. Anyways, guys, make sure you hit the like button, make sure you comment, subscribe to my channel, turn your notifications on. Camille, I'm so glad we got to chat today. She says, LVP, take care of your business and financial interests, not your feelings. And I get that. Hey, Stace. Oh, I'm sorry. We're just wrapping it up, but that's okay. I got to get ready to go into work. And I just wanted to hop on to give you guys some tea. And then I'm posting a video about the Q&A from New York with David Yontef and Kim D and oh my gosh, Laura Lee Jensen. So that is next. I'm just waiting for it. Oh yeah, the Ozempic. I wanted to tell you guys because first of all, I can never hop off. I always have so much to tell you guys. That's why I like to do a live because you guys remind me. I take notes, but it just doesn't matter. She said, I wanted to say I believed Kyle. She isn't on Ozempic. She is on the Teddi diet. LOL. I want to, here's my question. So Teddi, or so Kyle posted another gym pic, right? She's like in the gym and she's either in a bra, but she's showing her stomach. And so, of course, the comments start going wild, right? And everyone is like, so either people are like, she's on Ozempic, and other people are like, no, she's not. She just eats right and works out. And then there's other people that are like, I'm a 55-year-old woman. I eat healthy and I work out too, and I don't look like that. And other people are like, that's the best belly button I've seen a tummy tuck in years, you know, like, and then other people circle, they're like, this is where she had the ab treatment done. Um, so it's like, okay, if you're not on Ozempic, you're not on Ozempic, but you're definitely getting extracurricular procedures done that everyone else can't afford. Okay. She didn't have 4 kids and not have a tummy tuck. You guys know, like some people, Tiffany Moon from the Real Housewives of Dallas, she's like this big right here. This is like her leg. She had her kids and then went in and had her tummy tuck right after and just did it all at one time. And look how tiny she is. It is not uncommon. It doesn't necessarily even mean because they're heavy. It could be the skin after 4 kids stretch. It doesn't go back. It just doesn't. And so I don't know. Maybe she is. Maybe she isn't. Erica is very tiny. She's lost a lot of weight since last season too, because she was actually putting on weight, and I think that it was like the alcohol. But she has lost a lot of weight too. So I'm just waiting on everyone to start saying the same thing. But then it's also, there's a drug similar to Ozempic, but not for diabetics, called weight. Oh, I did not know that. I'll have to look into it. My only contest, the last thing I'm going to say about it, because then I have to go, is that it seems to me that if you did not want people making assumptions about your diet and your weight loss, you would not post photos of yourself like with no shirt, like with a half shirt on and showing your stomach. That's just kind of what I think. Like, I feel like if you genuinely didn't want people to talk about it, you really wouldn't post it, because why? Like, we saw her in a dress and she looked amazing because she was going to a Beverly Hills event. I love that. Thank you. She is very smart. Um, and she looks amazing. Like, Kyle looks amazing. She's beautiful. And like, I feel bad talking about people's weight, but it pisses me off because I want people to recognize that that is not just I eat right. Okay. Yes, she may eat right, but again, she has a chef that's cooking it for her and cooking her meals separate from the rest of the families. And she has a dietitian, and they're planning her meals and doing her grocery shopping. She has an unlimited amount of money to spend at the grocery store. She can buy separate food for herself and all of and everyone. And she has a trainer that is geared towards her body type. And she has a plastic surgeon who's done a tummy tuck and a little bit of lipo and gets her, you know, her abs done. Like, all of those things make a big difference in weight loss. So I think that it's important to be realistic. And I think that in a bad way, and not necessarily Kyle's fault, I think that Teddi is very consumed about her weight, and therefore again it pulls Kyle into sort of this unhealthy codependent relationship, and now they're both feeding off of each other's obsession about weight, and they're probably like, what'd you have for breakfast? Well, what'd you eat? Well, I did this and this was only this many calories, then I'm gonna do, like, they are probably like back and forth all day long, checking in, validating one another, letting each other know what the other one's doing, who ate what, how many calories, how much protein, when they're working out, if they're doing the bike, if they're doing weights, what they read today about it, what Tamara told Teddi she needs to do at the gym. I just think that in LA, there's also a really big community of weight loss, and allegedly it's a real rough place. Like, these women, I mean, you got to think about Teddi's coaches, like, they aren't allowed to give refunds. These people are like doing like a 6-week program and losing like all of this weight, and they have a lot of pressure on them to make sure these people lose weight and see results because they're getting paid too. So that's a big community of people, and they don't want anyone to be cheating either. They like gatekeep the information. I don't know why, and that's why, like Camille said, David from Behind the Velvet Rope, is on. He took it. He lost weight. He looks amazing, but he admits it. That's the difference. Don't come on and lie to us. And I understand that she has, you know, I'm sensitive to the fact that she has, you know, body issues. But again, I feel like anything I've ever seen with like people that have the issues, they show less of themselves because they don't want people to scrutinize it. Am I wrong? I don't know. It's very dangerous due to Kyle's eating disorder. I agree. I agree. And I don't think that maybe Teddi realizing, because you guys know, like, this isn't to be mean, but like Teddi had a tummy tuck before she came on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, and there was articles about it, and they've been washed from the internet. So when she started her whole weight loss, it really wasn't a weight loss; it was a maintain weight loss type of thing. And slowly it just became like everyone assumed, again, just like the whole dog thing, like, oh, she did this diet when after she had her kid. No, bitch, she had a tummy tuck and then she did the diet to maintain it afterwards. Yes. Yes. Sorry, guys, that's the truth. All right, well, I'm going to leave you guys with that. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure that you subscribe, turn your notifications on, and be on the lookout for my video about Laura Lee. And we'll chat soon, guys. Bye. Of course, everything in this video is alleged. Thank you.